A long, long time ago, there lived a famous king named Raden Putra. He owned many roosters and loved cockfighting as his roosters always won. He had a very beautiful, kind wife and they lived happily. But as any other king, he also had a concubine. The king's treatment toward the queen made the concubine jealous. One day, the queen was delighted to find out that she was pregnant. She had been waiting for her first child for a long time. She wanted this news to be a surprise to the king. But before she could do that, the news about her pregnancy reached the concubine's ears first. The concubine called the palace shaman and coerced him to help her by telling the king that the queen poisoned her last night. The concubine pretended to be sick, and the shaman told the king that she got the poison from the food which was given by the queen. Enraged by the news, Raden Putra ordered the soldier to expel and kill the queen in the forest. The queen begged for her and her baby lives, declaring that she was pregnant with the king's child. Her pleas fell to deaf ears, and she was sent to the forest. In the forest, the soldier was hesitant to kill the queen because he knew that the queen is a kind person and he believed that she would never do such an act. Therefore, the soldier left the queen in the forest alone and killed a rabbit to get salt in its blood as proof to the king that the queen had died. The concubine laughed weakly, happy that the queen had died, as Raden Putra would only have her in his heart. Time passed by. A boy named Cindelaras was born in a small cottage in the forest. The queen raised and taught Cindelaras wholeheartedly that Cindelaras grew up to become a good boy. One day, Cindelaras was playing in the forest. He heard an eagle's voice and an egg fell near Cindelaras. He took the egg home in hope to hatch and nurture it. Surprisingly, the egg turned out to be that of a rooster, and it grew to be a strong one. As he was grooming his rooster, it sang a song about Cindelaras. Cindelaras is my lord. Cindelaras lives in the forest. His house roof made from coconut leaves, and he is the son of Raden Putra. Cindelaras was shocked about the song that he told his mother. Confronted by Cindelaras, the queen decided to reveal the truth and how they ended up living in a cottage inside a forest. Enraged after hearing the story, Cindelaras decided to take revenge. During the journey, Cindelaras participated in a lot of cockfighting competitions, and he always won so that his rooster became well known. The news reached King's ear. The curious king gave an order to the soldiers to find and bring Cindelaras to the kingdom. When Cindelaras and his rooster arrived at the palace, the king was confused when he saw Cindelaras. He looked very similar to the king because his attitude was very polite. The king challenged Cindelaras to a cockfighting. Cindelaras agreed with one condition, that if his rooster won the fight, he would rule over the kingdom of Jenggala. The king accepted the condition if Cindelaras was ready to bet his rooster for the fight, which he agreed to as well. The fight began, and Cindelaras' rooster won the fight, and once again the rooster sang the song in front of the king. Cindelaras is my lord. Cindelaras lives in the forest. His house roof made from coconut leaves, and he is the son of Raden Putra. The king was shocked after hearing Cindelaras' rooster's song and asked him about it. Cindelaras confessed to the king, and the king was very angry with the concubine and the shaman. Then The king ordered his soldier to call the concubine and the kingdom's shaman. The concubine and shaman begged for their lives to the king, but they couldn't escape from the king's punishment. Eventually, the queen, Cindelaras, and the king lives happily together in the palace.